Hello everyone, something a bit special today. Just finished the live stream and one of the viewers challenged me to a game. We ended up playing a friendly, unrated, rapid 10-minute match. I don't normally play 10-minute. I feel like it's a bit too fast for me still. But I thought, why not? It's an opportunity to play a 2043 rated player. Very nice guy, young man from India. Aman Gupta, 20, shout out. Um, Thanks for the game. So let's jump into the analysis. So opened with my London, and fairly standard stuff to begin with. Um, so this is a slight inaccuracy, my opponent, but we spoke about the game after and during the game, in fact, and they said they're a King's Indian player. Like, this is what they always play, which is fair enough. And I then should have played H3 apparently. So it's still pretty even. Fairly standard moves. Again, Stockfish doesn't like that. This double Fianchetto. Um, and then I played the typical knight in, which is not right. Again, it's asking for a3. So why is a3 being suggested here? Why is that good? Okay, then I'm just developing the knight. I've got a bit of an advantage here. I'm not quite sure why. Yeah, it's always difficult to know when to play this. I find like the timing is really important. It's the same as like this break. Any kind of pawn break. I guess you have to get the timing right. But I'm struggling a bit to sort of understand. Um, so I guess the idea here is maybe the idea of h3. Okay, it's not actually suggesting I save this. I guess if this happens, it opens up our rook. Maybe that's okay. It's actually suggesting bishop b5 here. Creating some sort of pin. I'm not entirely sure about that. Yeah, a6. And then we're rerouting the bishop here. I guess that does make sense, actually. Okay, yeah. Well, then actually we're just coming back here. Um, I'm not sure about that sequence. Like, all we've done is give black space on the queen side and, effectively move their bishop from here to here. I'm not going to claim to understand that, why that's best. Let's go back. So I played this. I was sort of not thinking this was amazing for black, because at the moment the bishop's sort of staring at this pawn. I should have taken the knight. So they took. Getting my last piece into the game. I've got a slight advantage here, but then I messed up with this. I knew I messed this up. This was an awful move, and I knew straight away. So obviously the pawn is hit, and I was thinking, right, how do I defend the pawn? And I was sort of getting a bit worried about time already. Like, it's 10 minutes with no increment, and I just sort of rushed this a little bit. Thought, right, how else can I defend it? But actually, there's a really nice move here to play the queen out. That sort of maintains my advantage. It's just completely even though. We trade off the bishops. Knight takes is better. The knight has some thought of coming here, I guess. So we walk into that, apparently, that's best. Maybe we just take it off. Push this, okay. But I didn't do that, so I played this really bad move. However, my opponent should have played f6 at this point. And yeah, I was very worried about that. I saw that. I was like, oh, is my bishop not getting trapped? Like, it's close. These pawns are protecting right now. But this is just bad for me. It's minus 1.42. I guess I'm not entirely sure why. Like, I guess there's some sort of pawn break coming. Yeah. So anyway, I traded off the bishops because I was a bit scared of my bishop getting trapped, even though it looked like it wasn't actually a threat. And here, I should have immediately played g4. Yeah, and I looked at that, but for some reason I just got a bit freaked out by this move, even though that drops a knight, I believe. Yeah, that's just winning for me. Or, well, it's not winning, but it gives me an advantage. But this was just a bit scary. Should have probably gone for that. Anyway, I went for this. Double attack on the knight. The knight just retreats. Should have played a4. Oops. Sorry. Lost my place a bit there. So, where are we? Here. Yeah. So, it's now completely even still. We're on move 18. Sorry, 16. So I'm kind of happy with the way I played this so far against a very good player. There's been some inaccuracies from both of us. But, you know, I'm kind of hanging in there until this point. So again, knight in. It's so appealing, but it's just wrong. So I should have played king g2. Like, obviously there's a threat building up down the h file, some sort of doubling up idea. So this prepares, you know, to get my rooks into the game to combat that. However, this was a miss. So they should have immediately doubled. I then played king g2. And then they should have played f6. Queen a4, again, this queen a4 move, I just don't see what it does. You know, it hits a pawn, but it seems to be going the wrong way. You know, the action looks like it's happening over this side of the board, so I don't get that. So here, I made a bit of an inaccuracy as well. I should have just taken... So rook takes just completely equalizes. I went for this instead. I had some idea of, you know, attack this knight again, maybe line up against king somehow. So they found the right approach, and this actually loses a pawn for me, which I missed. So black now has an advantage. And here, I just completely hallucinated something. So it's completely even. You know, this is a completely playable middle game. We're on move 25 now, against a 2042, you know. And I just played a one move blunder. I just literally hung my queen in one. And how long did I take for that move? Yeah, I only took 7 seconds. So I didn't do a sort of blunder check, I guess. I was just eyeing up this. I got a bit too greedy. I was like, yeah, let's attack the pawn. Let's threaten to bring my queen in with check and, you know, try and get my queen on a more active square. And I just completely blanked on this. So, I could have resigned right there, I guess. But, you know, I was expecting my opponent to take the queen, and then I probably would have resigned. But they said in the chat, they saw the blunder, but they decided to play on. And all credit to them, and what a gentleman and a good sport this person was. Yes, it's an unrated game, it doesn't really matter, but the fact that they did that, means a lot. It allowed us to carry on playing. It's a good experience for me, and it's been really instructive, this game, in fact. So they let the game continue. I should have played Queen F4, which is some sort of pin for black, and sort of getting the queen more active. So now it's even again. I should have played the queen here, trying to get more active still. They found a very nice move. I'm a bit too late now to come in. Black has the advantage again. They should have played Queen E7. How's this pawn getting defended? Might have to bring the knight back. I come in with check. And then blundered again. So, however, so my opponent should have played Queen E7 again, because there's now no way, I think, to defend this pawn, because I've moved the knight. So, and also there's a threat here, the threat is knight in. So they missed that, and they actually hung mate in 4. And I, unfortunately, just sort of focused on this. I knew I could do this check, and as soon as I played this move, I was like, oh damn, I should have checked this to see if it works. Again, I took 7 seconds on that move, and I should have looked at this just even for a second or two, and I would have realized it's mate, forced mate. So yeah, it's kind of unfortunate. I mean, the game should have been over anyway, because I hung my queen, but I then just went sort of last ditch. I could have tried knight e5, and I'm minus 1.64. That pawn's fallen. I just can't see how I have anything here. So I went for just some last ditch thing. I'm trying to create some traps. It's not easy for them to make me here, with just the knight and the queen. Setting up a little trick here. If they push this pawn or take, the queen hangs. But they're too good a player to fall for that. And yeah, I should have gone here, and now it's forced mate. Although not anymore. I should have gone knight here. But yeah, game's over. There's nothing I can really do now. Just last ditch. And that's mate in 1. With the knight coming here next, so I resigned at this point. Ended up with only 30 seconds left, so I was struggling a bit towards the end with time. I still would say 10-minute games are a bit too fast for me. But on the plus side, this was a 2043 rated player. If I hadn't hung my queen, which was just simply, so dumb, such a terrible move, such a terrible blunder, the game was even. And so this gives me quite a lot of hope, actually. And then, yeah, to my opponent's credit, they played on, because it's just a friendly game, and maybe they weren't playing to their full ability. Maybe they were giving me a chance as well. I don't know, but it felt good to be at least competing with them, and towards the end there was a mate, and if I'd spent another couple of seconds looking, I would have saw it, and I would have mated a 2043. So, I'm very happy with that game. It's not anything on the road to 1500. It wasn't rated or anything, just a friendly. I shouldn't read too much into it. But still, even though it was a loss, it gives me hope that I have some potential as a player. And yeah, I just need to. The critical thing for me is the one move blunders, just hanging pieces. I just need to get so much better at that aspect of my game. Because I really feel like when I don't blunder those kind of things, I'm actually not bad. So yeah, thought I'd share that with you guys. Thought it was a cool game. I'm going to put a link to the live stream where that was played in the description if you want to check that out and see the game being played with the chat and the banter going on. It's quite a fun stream today. But yeah, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.